Evening, how you doing? Brewdog is a brewery about 15 miles south of us. This is a citrus IPA. Happy St George's Day, patron saint of England. Hiya, how you doing? No golf today. Got like 8:30 in the morning. St George's Day, a British day for celebration that doesn't really get celebrated like St Andrew's Day or St David's Day. However, why not? So, what we're using today, a Gillette rocket. This is my rocket. It was made in England. It was sent to Canada. I've repatriated it. This is a 1949 Gillette rocket. Razor made in England, blades made in Canada. Not sure if they're original blades that are in there, I've never used them, the Menoras. But there we go, nice simple twist to open razor. And in there I'm putting in Gillette spoiler from, well, I'm using the last shave from Lewis. So that's its second shave on that one now. So that's the razor sorted out. British, yes! The best of British, Simpsons. This is the Trafalgar, the T1, the small one, the dinky one. 23mm knot. Haven't heard Johan sing, "Don't give up the day job, mate, you won't make much money." Signature soaps, Britannia. Was it aniseed, spearmint and peppermint? It is what it says on the label. Aniseed, spearmint and peppermint. So, Signature soaps was one of my top fives. St George's Day, Rule Britannia, British thing, hence the connection. So that's what we're using today. Water. So enjoy the golf video. Quite enjoyed making that. It was a pain in the backside to edit because sometimes the camera had turned on and kept recording, and other times it hadn't. Then it was in my bag with buttons getting pushed all over the place. But we got there in the end. So 23mm synthetic. This is the Sovereign fibre. Simpsons do make the chubbies occasionally in this fibre. That would be a nice brush, chubby too, with the Sovereign. They've released them on the Simpsons website, where you probably can order direct from them. So as you can see, it's not a hard soap. Signature soaps, made in Bolton by Brian, who has been more than a good supporter to this channel. He sent me some soaps up. I was expecting some samples, and Brian sent me like a dozen tins of this size, literally every single scent. So some of those tins were sent to Canada on a pass round, some were sent to Sweden. Never got any feedback from them, so I don't know how well they were received or used. Hopefully they weren't just kept by people. But I've loaded far too much. I know how I'm going to be here for hours adding water to this stuff. Right, here we go. There's my brush loaded up. So yeah, the golf course video from last night, I quite enjoyed doing that, as I said. Thought it was something a little bit different. I didn't take a tripod with me or any extension arms, selfie sticks or whatever, so it was all just handheld, arm's length or closer. And it was a strange night last night. It was nowhere near as bright as it is tonight. It didn't feel that cold, but it wasn't warm. It's a contradiction in terms for you. The air didn't feel damp. The golf ball wasn't going anywhere. My drive on the last hole was like 30 yards back from where I normally am. I thought I was using a duff ball. But Brian, my playing partner, we discussed it afterwards, and he said, no, just the ball wasn't going anywhere. You had to take, it was normally like a 7-iron sort of distance. You had to hit a 6 or a 5 just to get there, because the ball just wasn't travelling through the air. Quite strange. Normally get that when it's foggy. There's a water vapour in the air, the ball can't get through it. So it's Friday night. What's your weekend plans? Mine is do this, edit this, get it uploaded, go watch a game of rugby, drink some beer, crash out for a few hours, up at about 6:30, go for 8:20, and tomorrow I haven't got a ski view what's happening yet. This stuff, value for money, is superb. Performance, like I said in the past, it's as good as many US artisans, if not better than them, in my opinion, and others who've commented on them, who have tried it and have commented. I'm not going to go crazy with this, like it's only a small brush anyway. I bought that brush as a travel. I bought two of them. I bought the T1 and the T3. I didn't buy the T2 because I've got the chubby. Cheers. Clockwork tangerine, quite nice. It's a session beer, a citrus session IPA. By session, I mean like 10 cans of it before you get drunk, unless you're American. About 3. Start shouting and shit. Hey, that's another story. That's all the Americans pissed off, isn't it? Right. Gillette rocket, 1949, St George's Day, Britannia. The Gillette spoiler. I was talking the idea of doing a head shave on camera tonight, just with a DA. I did a video a while back of head shaving with a leaf, and somebody asked me on that video, not that I've done many videos recently, how I'll go about shaving my head with a DA, which is quite a regular occurrence, especially tonight. At the moment, there's a fair bit of growth there. In days gone by, I would do 2 passes with the DA and I would finish off with the cartridge, or 1 pass with the DA and then finish off with the cartridge, another pass with the cartridge. That way you're not knocking the crap out of the cartridge, and you get easily a month out of a cartridge, Mach 3. If it's this long, I'll probably do, well in this day and age, I've got 2 options. I could go straight to the leaf, which would take that off and handle it no problems at all. But generally I would pick up Rockwell 6S, plate full, so it's not even that aggressive. do the first pass and the second pass probably with that, and then just a polish and pass with a leaf. You never know, I might just carry on recording. If I do, they won't come out at the same time. I think videos need space to breathe, as opposed to like one video every 8 hours, like some channels do, or have done. As a combination, this is smoother than James Bond. It's smoother than Frank Sinatra singing New York, New York in a nightclub in front of you in a small group of 10. It is that smooth. Can't even think of any more analogies. How did Gillette make something so good in 1949? Their engineers got it so right. Yes, it's not adjustable. Yes, it's not the most aggressive razor in the world, ever. Yeah, it's not the latest and greatest stainless steel razor. They certainly got it right. They knew what they were doing. That razor and blade combo is an absolute pleasure to use. Soap works bloody well as well. Yeah, as a travel brush, this would be ideal. It's not overly large, but it works. 23mm, so it gives you a decent splay, so you can get over your face relatively quickly. Another thing I like about Signature soaps, it doesn't leave shite all over your sink and crap like some do. Martin Decandra's shit for that, but I just love the scents on Decandra. Wickham's is a clean soap. The worst ones are the American, in my opinion, again, are the American soaps for sink scum. Just crap all over the place. That takes ages to wash off. She's singing now. I watched the funeral last weekend. Mick's boss was there, the Queen. I'm ex-military, so the Queen was the boss. She still is the boss. It was actually quite sad. It's the first time I would say I've ever seen her looking her age. She's 95, but bless her cotton socks. the demeanour, the way she was walking. I would say it's certainly one of the few times she's appeared to me in public to be her age. And as far as pomp and ceremony go, they got it spot on. I remember reading one of the bases I was in and I served was supposed to be a staging post for Prince Philip's funeral. The plan was written years ago. I remember reading it back in 96, 97, his funeral plans. Obviously what took place last weekend was totally different to that. But interesting how it's evolved over time. A Facebook group, and an ex-colleague said he was involved in the last rewrite, which was 4 years ago, 2017. And obviously it evolved. Put some water in. Because of COVID, to what we saw last week on the TV. Pomp and circumstance, it's British best. Wasn't shouty, no airs, no graces, well, apart from the RSM who was back and they had orders out. But yeah. I've seen a few RSMs shouting me time in the military, and they can shout. Absolutely superb combination. One little weeper and we are done. Not much soap, but more than enough from a little brush. So, as per normal, we'll have a face wash. We'll see you in a tick. Cheers. That was a quality shave. Let's get the razor cleaned off. One little weeper. Just apart from that, nothing. 20 Canadians. Tell you, whoever sold this to me from Canada, thank you very much. You did me proud. You didn't even rip me on postage either. I had that a few years, and yeah, got it for a very good price. And the guy was good enough to send it over. So I just had a rinse with some warm and cold water, which I was hoping would finish that weeper off. No witch hazel tonight. No, can't be bothered. I've got Brewdog. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to drink that. British Barbers Association post-shave balm. St George's Day. You've got to use stuff with it that's British. So that's what it looks like. Doesn't look the best. Brian does make matching splashes for his soaps, but I haven't got one to match this. I've got a couple of them and they're both really good, but I thought I haven't used BBA for a while, and it is without doubt my favourite balm. It's not cheap, but it is good. So, a quick recap of what we used today for St George's Day. Brewdog, Clockwork Tangerine. Easy to drink, quite comfortable. IPA, that's Indian Pale Ale, in case you're unaware what IPA means. A beer style that originated in India when the British Army were over there, running the route over all the Indians, and then it came back to the UK. It's light, it's fruity, and it's hoppy, and yeah, it's not heavy. Obviously it goes with the heat from being in India. The razor we used today was Gillette Rocket. This one, 1949, UK made, sold in Canada and repatriated to Britain. Tell you, Gillette knew what they were doing. Cracking razor. And in there with the spoiler on its second shave. Thank you, Lewis. I'm not sure I'll get to 27 like you did on one of them. I think the last one got to about mid-teens, 15 before it went. All I'm doing here is just palm stropping it, but on a cloth. So I just rub it up and down holding one edge and just rub it up and down the cloth just to palm strop it to dry it off. And I've got a silicone mat in the corner and it just sits on top of there. The brush, which I still haven't cleaned, but hey, Simpsons, Trafalgar, T1 with sovereign fibre, 23mm synthetic. As you know, synthetic brushes just work, and this one, it's not as small as a wee Scott from Simpsons, but certainly it does an admirable job of what it needs to do. And lastly, the soap, St George's Britannia, signature soaps from Brian and Bolton. Britannia, which is aniseed, spearmint and peppermint. The scent is what it says on the tin. Get more spearmint than anything else, yeah, but it's a lovely scent, and performance and value wise, top draw. And we polished off there with some British Barbers Association. Anyhow, enough waffle. Any questions, comments or anything else? Except for all the twats that started leaving dot thing comments. You just get binned, don't bother, I'll save you the time. Thanks for watching. Any comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.